Hey y'all, it's Melissa at Messy Missy Creates. I've been a little MIA the last few days, but so I'm a little late getting my December journal made, and I wanted to make that, or at least start making it, firm up some decisions, and anyway, chat about, we took a little impromptu trip right after Thanksgiving dinner, and we didn't get back until yesterday. So, anyway, I still have bits of confetti on my desk. Let's see, let me talk about the journal first, and then we'll talk about the trip. I had told you a while back I had found this book, I think during the summer, or maybe early summer. And I had found this book at a thrift store, and I was determined it was going to be my Christmas junk journal. Now, I had intended on it being an actual holiday junk journal and not necessarily my daily journal, but I was going to have my daily journal in addition to it. It's got some beautiful images in it. But anyway, but that would have, it would have really, in order to work the way I wanted it to work, it would have needed to have been made probably like by the beginning of November. So I'm going to put that one on the back burner, as sad as that makes me, and I'll try better next year. So, but that's okay, because we'll finish off the year in the same fashion that we have done all the I have done all the journals this year, which is with my Triscuit boxes, and we'll have another entire year of journals at the same size. So what I do is I take the Triscuit box, I open the bottom and the top, and I don't know if I can stand it up where you can see, so it's doubled. You have probably, if you've been around a while, you've seen me do this, I don't know, a half dozen times or more. Sometimes I leave this part out because it requires that I have my big trimmer, which is my Fiskars Rotary cutter. It's I'm trying to think of what it's called. Is it a bypass blade or something like that? I can't remember, but it's a heavy duty trimmer, which the little arm thing is broken. So I'm sitting here getting it lined up. But it allows me to cut not only through cardboard, but cut through 2 layers of cardboard at one time. So that is why I got that. So because it will not, if I were to open it all the way up and didn't cut those flaps off, it would not fit in the trimmer this way. So I cut these flaps off first, and then it will fit. So when I just cut right at the score line, the fold line on the box, and just cut off this part, it leaves me with about a 9 1/4 inch tall journal. So let's see what we have. 9 and right at 9 1/4. So then I open it up. See, now I've got this with just no flaps. So one of these sides is glued together. So I open this up like this. I try not to tear the box, but you know, sometimes it happens. I just try not to tear into this part of the box. The flap doesn't matter because we're going to cut those off. Well, I usually can do it neater than that. But anyway, so on one side, I usually try to keep with the front so that it's right side up when I'm making it, because it's easier for me to remember which is the front and which is not. So I take this first fold line, the first crease in the box, and I line it up at the 6 1/2 mark, and then I cut. So what that gives me is just a little more than, it cuts a little bit more than the score line on that side, but that gives me a 6 1/2 inch cover. And then I take this side, and I always forget to get out my scoreboard. I want about a 1/2 inch spine and a 6 1/2 inch back cover. So I'm going to lay it at the, no, I'm not. I've done that before, and I've cut it right in half. So I want that to be, I want it to measure 7 inches off of this same crease that we measured 6.5 this way. So the crease line is what has to be on 7. And then I cut. I was doing it one day and just cut right at, I measured 7 and cut the thing right in half. Okay, so then that cuts off that flap. And now we have an extra crease, and that's going to be part of the back cover, and we're just going to ignore that bend. So I'm done with this. So if I can set it without an avalanche, and then get my, let me spin around and get my scoreboard real quick. No, you know what? It's under my feet. I forgot I don't have to get that one out anymore. I have this one that folds. And it's so much more handy because it lays right up there with my trimmer that folds. Okay, so what I want, we're still using the same crease. I want to score a line at 1/2 inch. So it really doesn't even matter where I put that. As long as I can see that it's a 1/2 inch. You can't see a thing. Okay, so right now I have our main score line, the one that we're keeping. I have it on the 7-inch line just because that's where it fell. And I'm scoring at a 1/2 inch. I'm gonna do it twice. Just to get a good crease there. And then fold that back up. Put it back under my desk. And then I'm going to fold this like that. And there's our spine. So that way you don't have to cut and put it back together and glue it back together and do a separate spine and all that good stuff. Now, if you wanted a thicker spine, you could just use, I mean, this box comes with a right at a 2-inch spine. If you want a bigger spine, just use the box as it was intended and just cut off the side flaps. And then you'd have a really thick spine. I don't need that thick of a spine because this is just for 1 month. And I don't mind. It's gonna gator, and I'm okay with that. But see, this back score line just becomes part of our back cover. And I'm okay with that. I do try to flatten it down a little bit. Put my scoring tool back up before I get it lost. Okay, so here is our foundation for the journal. So there's that. Now here comes the dilemma, because I can't decide what I want to use, and I'm struggling, and so I thought I would come on here and see if I could work it out on camera, or maybe give you 2 options and you tell me which one I should do and then come back. My dilemma is that what I want to use, I can't. I only have 2 Christmas fabrics. I have this one, and it's got the like aqua blues in it, and I like it. It's very colorful, fun, festive. And then I've got this right here, which is really pretty and kind of traditional. It's got the red barn and the horses. I got this a couple of years ago. Well, no, it's probably been more like 4 years ago. I got both fabrics at Hobby Lobby. And I mean, I could just glue, and I did think about this. I could just use this one, glue this fabric on, and not use paper, except you can see through it. I can see Triscuit right there. So I don't really want to do that. I could flip it over and do the inside, and that would take care of that problem like that. And I could do that. It's just you gotta, I don't know. I don't know that I want, I'm not sure I want traditional. I did. I do. I didn't. I don't know. I had my heart set on this fun vintagey kind of more retro vintage style with the blues and the greens and the pinks even, and you know, So here's where I've landed. I have a couple of options. I looked through all my 12 by 12 scrapbook paper, and I don't have one that I like solely as the cover. I mean, with nothing. I mean, this one's okay. There was nothing that really just, lit my world on fire and said, yes, this one can stand alone and be a cover. I mean, that one would be okay. But I want the fabric on my spine, so it has to match one of the two fabrics. So that's where my dilemma is. I did not ever go back to the store and get more fabric. Not that I really should have had to, but anyway. So I thought earlier today, I came in and I looked, and this is kind of what, I had gotten some vintage images out of that book. Well, this one's not, but this one is. Out of the book I just showed you. And what made me think of her was she had blue, like an aqua blue around her. Now, I ended up cutting it out. But she's such a sweet little angel. And she has the pink and red and, So I thought I could use her and then maybe some bluish paper and use this fabric. So I looked, because, once I figured out that I didn't have a paper that I liked by itself, I thought, well, I could use kind of like a background paper and put a focal image on the cover. So I have this vintage Santa, and I have this little vintage looking illustrated angel. So I found, well, I like this one. Let me show you what I found to begin with. Okay. So this is the paper. This is the only paper that I have that's close to this aqua blue. I have a whole paper pad that has pinks and aqua blue and whatever, but it's more of a mint green. When I held it up to it, I'll show you what I mean. I showed you this if you saw my Christmas stash video where I dug out all my Christmas stuff. I have this that has like these pastels, and the pink would work, but she would kind of blend in. Then I have like that, and she would look okay on it, but it's green, not blue. So that was kind of my dilemma with all of these, is it's more of a mint than an aqua. So I put that one up. I said, never mind. This is the only paper that I could find that had more of this aqua blue. And then I would have this on my spine, and then I'd have her somewhere. And I meant to see if I could use the Santa and her. I don't know. Anyway, I could put this and then put December or something like that. So I was set on that. And I'm like, okay, I'll get my papers together and then see what. Then I realized, what am I going to do for January? Oh, never mind. I know what I'm doing for January. Because I was thinking this is really the only blue. This would be really cute for January. But now I just realized I'm doing something different next year. Yeah, I'm going to change the way I do my journals next year. I'll tell you more about that later. But, so I could still use this. Okay, so this one's back on the table now. See, I'm glad we had this chat. So what do you think about this? I would not normally use like blue or aqua blue or anything like that for December. I'm usually more of a traditional red-green. But I think I was really inspired by some of the images in that vintage book. Okay, so let me show you the other option. I'm going to keep that one on that page. And then I got to thinking about if I use the other fabric for my spine. Now, just using it for the spine, you're not really going to see the horses and the red barn and everything. But look at that. It definitely matches. This has kind of a retro vibe to it. To me, it's that tartan plaid. Isn't that tartan, I think? And then the Santa would go really well in there. Now, this is only 8.5 by 11, so I'd have to use 2 sheets, which is fine. Let me make sure I have 2 sheets. Yes. Which is fine. Or, so I said, well, if I'm thinking about that, let me see what I have in 12 by 12 that is the same pattern or the same. I have this. This has like red glitter in it, which doesn't give me the retro vibes necessarily, but this fabric isn't really retro either. So I like this. And what I do is I cut it in half, and I have 6 inches on the front, 6 inches on the back, and then the material covers the gap. So if I put Santa on here, so basically what it would look like is if I put this in half, and then Santa would be like in this bottom corner or something like that. So I certainly could do that. I think I have one more paper that I found that I could live with. I mean, the trees would work too. It just doesn't give the same effect as the plaid. Oh, let's see. I think I found one more in here that I could use. I think it was this one. Yeah. It was this one. It's not, I don't like it as well as the tartan plaid or the first one I showed you, but it definitely could be a little retro. I'm looking in the camera to see if I can determine which one I like the best. I don't know. So then there's one other option that's not a plaid. It would work. It definitely changes the whole vibe of the journal. And this says, it's just a bunch of words. Joy, happy, merry, bright, naughty, old, snow, nice, joy, peace. Yeah, love. It's got some little vintage cars on it. Little retro cars, whatever they are. And it would work. It's not blowing my skirt up, you know what I'm saying? So I think I like one of the 2 plaids. So either, or one of the 3 plaids. This one definitely has more white in it. And it definitely brings out the white in the fabric. I mean, realistically, you're going to see that much. I'm only going to put that much fabric on it. So it would look like this. And certainly could do that. It's got a little bit of type or print. You probably can't see it on camera, but I can see it. Or this red one. So that's kind of where I'm looking at. I'm looking at, of course, that's sideways. Let me give you the real effect here. And because this determines, making this decision determines how I'm going to pick my papers. So I'm not sure if I want to, and y'all, I have not, you know this already if you've looked. This was going to be my numbers for December, and it might still be, but I didn't finish them. I have the numbers finished. I don't have the days finished. So this would, going more traditional Christmas colors would work well with this. And I think that's what I'm going to end up using. I just have to finish. I need to finish them tonight. And then still try. I know it's late, but I looked on Etsy just to see if I could buy some numbers and days, journal days and numbers. I realized there's not many out there. Now, for December, you can find like December daily numbers and Advent numbers, but they only go up to 25. And I'm like, for those of us who do daily journaling, we go all the way to the end of the month. So I'm starting to, this is growing on me. Kind of reminds me of a thermos. That does have some glitter. It's like raised glitter stripes in it. Let's look at this one more time, because this was sort of my favorite out of the plaid. What do we think? And then I'm like, dang, I had other things in pastels. I mean, if I use this, then I do have red and green. I have traditional, whoops, I just threw it in the garbage can. Traditional red and green, like pom-pom ribbon. I could use one or the other. And it would look fine. Am I going to be sad if I don't use my pastels? Because let me show you what that would look like. And I'm sure that if I took a vote, I would probably get half and half, right? So here is the, when I got this candy fabric, it's like little candy swirls. There was only one more fabric, and it didn't have, I wanted something with a smaller print so that when you cut it down, you could actually see all the colors on it. Now, when I've been back to Hobby Lobby, and I could have gotten more, when we were there, I ran out of time. And just did not get, yeah. I just couldn't make it work. So, oh, what was I going to show you? Duh. I'm just sitting here sleeping on the job. I have this pink eyelash ribbon, which is very not traditional at all. I mean, it's the opposite of traditional Christmas. And I just had, oh, here it is. Or I have this kind of blue pom-pom ribbon, which I'm really thinking pom-pom ribbon. I also have this white, although I think the closer I look at it, well, I'm trying to get it. I have this. And I could use that. And probably if I was going to use it any month, December would be the month. It's very, trying to flip it over. It's very fluffy. Because it's got fluff on both sides. I don't know. It's a hint off-white. I mean, it goes okay with the paper. I think I would like this better. Or I could use the red. The red would stand out. I like aqua blue and red together. Now, that makes me think vintage kitchen. And I that turquoise blue and this bright red, I think that was a 50s thing, wasn't it? And I think either way I go, there is a good chance I'm going to use this red pom-pom ribbon. I don't know. I'm not sure I like the red with this. I would use them, although that looks decent, doesn't it? And then I have this little angel. That may not scream Christmas, though. What do you think? I mean, she is a Christmas angel. I know that she came out of a Christmas book, but maybe I'm leaning more towards traditional. So, you know that extra washi that I bought, because I bought it because it had the turquoise, that aqua blue in it. I mean, doesn't mean I still can't use it. It just, you know, definitely limits. Okay, so now that we're 24 minutes into this, y'all are helping me make some decisions. Oh, okay, so then we left right after Thanksgiving dinner. And we took a little impromptu trip. Just a couple hours away, just to get away for a few days. And, you know, he doesn't get long weekends often. So, you know, we didn't do a whole lot. We just, I don't know. That would work too. Let me see what this would look like with the paper. Thinking I want something with a little more green in it. And I think that's why I like this one, because it does have more green in it. It's just so much easier to cut down a 12 by 12 piece of paper. Cut it in half and then be done with it. Let me see what else I have. Oh, this has a plat in it. This is not cardstock. This is a paper pack. It's a Christmas paper pack. And it's just paper. It's not like cardstock. Ooh, this might be too bright green. Ooh, that has potential. Ooh, I don't like that plaid. Okay, I thought I was going to like it. It looks different on the picture on the back. It looks darker to me. Let's see how it looks with the fabric. Yeah, I don't think I like that. It does have more green in it, and that's kind of what I said I wanted. But I'm not sure I like it any better. So, but let me try to, I wanted to try this other one in here, because it's all green. It looks a little retro. I'm just not sure that it's going to look good with this fabric. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not what I'm going for. Okay, this would have been a whole lot easier if I had one piece of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper that I really, really loved. Like for the whole thing, not just for, not to put something on top of it. No, that is almost like a purpley red. Okay, so I think I'm leaning towards this one. Unless you tell me otherwise. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Did I see that one? Maybe I did not see that one. Well, by all means, let's try it. Oh, that green is a little bright. It's a very bright green. It's a very blue green, yellow green. I don't know. No, I don't think I like that as well. What else do I have? I have just the green. I think I tried this one, and I wasn't over the moon with it. It would work because Santa has the red on him, like that. And it's kind of a lighter green too, although that has potential, doesn't it? Let's see, what else do we have? I see one more on the cover. What does this one look like? It definitely has a lot of green. Has the black. The fabric doesn't really have black in it. I mean, I guess it has a little bit. It has a gray horse. So, no, I think I still like my original. This one. So, you want to do it now that we're 28 minutes in? But, anyway, there wasn't that much to talk about on the trip. We just went. We had a couple nights in a hotel, and we just kind of hung out and did a few things, and nothing to write home about. Yeah, I'm leaning towards this one. I was debating on letting y'all take a vote, but I at least would like, oh, you know what? I gotta have an inside cover. Okay, so let me get 2 of these. Now we have to pick an inside cover. So we can use maybe that one. Or I have paisleys that would work. Oh, that might work. Let's see what the cover looks like, and then we can pick. This one's kind of got This one, I don't even think I've used a piece out of this pad. I don't know what I was thinking when I got it. It's called Home for the Holidays, which sounded great, but, you know, in theory it sounded great. The other thing that I have is I did get this paper, and it's thin paper. I would really like a little bit thicker paper. And that looks okay too. But, and then I have a little bit of paper right here that I got from my sister. And, I mean, that would have been an okay cover. I don't think there was any, I didn't show you this. There was a box of paper that I forgot to show you when I showed you that haul that I got from my sister. I just want to see something real quick, because we might be able to have the best of both worlds. Let's see. Pardon my reaching. The only thing is this is more like a burgundy, and this is a very, very bright red. And I think that's way too busy. So, I think my little pastel dreams have been sort of shattered. But this was some paper that I got from my sister. And some of it's cute. It's not that it's not cute. I just got it out because I was going to use some of it for inside papers. I didn't remember seeing anything that really jumped out at me. Okay, I have a blue. I might save that for January, to be honest with you. There's this one. And again, this is thinner paper. There's this one. And that would certainly work. I don't know how well it would look. Ooh. Well, do I like this better than the plaid? Let me get all of that out of my line of sight. Certainly has potential. I could use that for the inside cover too if I needed to. Yeah, I still think I like the plaid better. I'm going to keep this one handy though, just in case we need it for the outside cover. And I think this plaid wins unless you tell me otherwise, but I think we can get this glued down too. And at least get the cover made. Do we want to make the cover, or do y'all want to take a vote? Well, let's just make the cover. I've dragged this out long enough. But, oops, sorry, I just bumped you. I just bumped you. I had thoughts of getting this all done in one video, and then I just talked my way right out of that. Which I'm, you know, we all have to be good at something, right? Okay, so what I'll do is just put it on, and then I'll just cut. I can't do it this way because it's not tall enough. It feels like a little bit of a waste for 2 pages, but it'll be all right. So, this part shouldn't take very long, and then we'll figure out, I mean, it's just a matter of gluing on paper, right? Doesn't take very long at all. And I'm going to glue that right up to the seam, right up to the crease, so that we don't have any of the blue, or as little of this blue showing through the fabric. You know what I mean? As little as possible. Ooh, there's glue all over the back of that paper. No, I'm going to cut. I didn't let it dry. I'm just going to cut it in strips. That way I hate having a L-shaped piece of paper in my stash because it definitely gets hung up on everything. Okay, so I've got these 2 pieces. They're not wide enough for tags, but I could collage with them or something like that. All right. So now that we have, well, let's get the other piece on, and then we'll talk about what it looks like. What I just threw my glue stick somewhere. This one's almost done. These large glue sticks last a good while. That's the other reason that I like them. They cover a lot of ground quickly when you're gluing on, you know, whole pages or large surfaces or whatever. They do, they do cover a good bit of ground pretty quickly, as opposed to, you know, one of the regular standard size glue sticks. These are the 1.4 to 1.27 ounce. My Scotch Create, the large ones are 1.44 ounces, I think. So, let's see. Just trim this off. This is not super thick paper either. Obviously, the thicker your paper, the more sturdy your journal cover will be. But it's, by the time you get, you know, get paper on here front and back, it'll be fine. And see, this is my back cover. Right here. Your left side is your back cover. Your right side is your front cover. That seems backwards, but it's a thing. It's right. And I may have to like reinforce these corners with some art glitter glue. And then let's get, I have not cut into this fabric at all yet, but I'm going to cut, whoa, just hit my, light. I think I want, I don't want 4 inches, maybe 3 inches. Maybe 3. I'm just gonna cut a little notch in it. And then hopefully I still have 3 inches, depending on how well the lady cut it. When you tear it, it tears straighter than when you cut it, or me anyway. Let's see. Cut that little tidbit off. I think this will look good. What do you think? I'm going to cut it right below the horse's feet there. Okay. And we have more to play with. You know, now I could have wrapped it on the inside if I had thought about it. No, it'll be upside down. Never mind. Scratch that whole conversation. Okay, I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. And I want it, so I want it about 1 inch over on each side of the spine. And I'm going to put a little dab of Fabri-Tac right there because I didn't get that page glued down very good. There we go. So I want it like that, and like that. Just going to draw this like box and then just kind of fill it in a little bit. I'm going to like spread out the glue a little bit. Maybe. Ooh, I got it on my... Oh, I really should have had my glue paper underneath me. What are you thinking? What are you thinking, lady? Okay. By spreading it out, it doesn't ooze out of the fabric quite as much as if you don't. All right, let me get back down to my, I'm trying to get back down to my little guide here on my mat below me. So this side of this mat is yellow. I switched out my background, my mat, not too long ago, because that glass one just has a glare on it, and I get tired of fighting the glare, and I know you get tired of seeing it. So, glue, I want a little bit more glue right there. This is the back cover. I'm not going to worry about smushing this one down so much. But yeah, you can see it. Just a little bit, not a whole lot. Yeah, I'll glue this one down too. I just wanted to run one more little bead of glue right there. I'm going to try to mush it in a little bit. Okay. I think we're done with the fabric tack, unless I put this on the inside. And we certainly could do that. So, let me hit my corners. I see this one peeling up a little bit. Just hitting my corner with some art glitter glue. That box is kind of shiny, so it doesn't always, you know, I don't round my corners on my journal, and you certainly could if you make them this way. And sometimes that helps keep your corners from getting bent up or lift, but I don't tend to worry too much about it. If I reinforce them with art glitter glue, they don't usually lift at all. So, and you can get, with that fine nozzle tip, you can get right up to the edge of the paper, you know, right up to the edge of the box. Okay, we have the front cover, and it's okay to bend it now. It's not fully dry, but it's pretty close. So let's see what Santa's going to look like on here. I think he's going to look pretty good. And then this still gives me room to put Merry Christmas or, I mean, the whole journal isn't Christmas. So, I have, no, that doesn't match. This would match. This is chipboard elements. Comfort and Joy from My Mind's Eye. And I have this paper pack, but I could put Joy right there. I could put Season's Greetings. If I wanted to, I could put Mary. That would work. Yeah, I think that's all. I mean, you could put Merry Christmas, but the whole journal isn't a Christmas journal. It's a December journal. So I might wait and see if I can get something that says December. Do I want to go ahead and put, I think I do. I think I want to go ahead and put the inside cover on. And I want to flatten this. I did the other side. I didn't do this side yet. That's that crease. Or in the fold in the box itself. And so, do we want that? It would be better, I think, than having two plaids. And it certainly matches. I can't remember, where did oh, this came from my sister. That's right. I mean, here's this plaid, but, this is definitely Christmas. That would work. But I think I like the stripe. And I have other stripe. I'm pretty sure. And this is very thin paper. So let me get my little cutter. I'm just going to cut it in half. Oh wait, I was going to look. That's right, I forgot. Real quick, let me look in this and see if there's any of this that we like. I mean, like this green paisley, because it sure wouldn't hurt my feelings to use some of this, because I don't know when I'm going to use it. That would work. This is the same color scheme. I was trying to think if I could use something that didn't have plaid on it. Don't really want cowboy boots. Don't like that. I think the green paisley looks better than the... This would kind of go with the theme of the pattern. It sort of sets the tone for a rustic journal, though, doesn't it? Of course, I'm not that incredibly fond of the paisleys either. Like I said, I don't really know what I was thinking when I got this paper pad. It's not really my... I had cards in mind when I got this, not journals. This wouldn't be bad. It doesn't... I don't think it's the same red, though. What did I just have? That wouldn't be horrible either. This looks okay. Although that's got white in it. This has a tan background. I don't really want to set the rustic theme. But tractors and barns kind of do, huh? Yeah. I'm going back to the stripes. I'm not, I mean, you can barely make out all that on that fabric. I don't think the fabric is limiting me as much as the inside papers would. What did I just do with my trimmer? I just had it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, and I just cut it right at 6 inches. And then, usually on the inside, I will put washi to cover up the gap. But there's nothing that says I can't put the other piece of fabric right there. So, that might be better. Might be a better option than... What do you think? We'll see what it looks like, because I already have a piece cut down, so it wouldn't take any time at all just to throw it together. For the inside pages, I have looked. I have a lot of Christmas scrapbook paper, as you well know. I do not have, I cannot get to without some help. When my niece helped me, and I have all my books in a closet. I have a really small closet in my spare room. And when my niece helped me organize that closet, she put all of the Christmas books together, and they're not where I can reach them. So I would need some help, and she's not in town, so as far as to get like book pages to use for the inside journal pages. So the only thing that I have other than scrapbook paper is I have one thing of that I can access. I have one thing of Christmas music paper. It doesn't have any decorations or anything like that on it. It's strictly just music sheets. But it's a real similar size to the journal, so I think I might use a couple of those just to have some variation. But I'm not that worried about it because I have a plethora of Christmas scrapbook paper. I just didn't have much that I liked for my journal cover. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've done this 2 months in a row now. I really need to do the inside cover before I put... I just butchered that. I really need to do that inside cover before I put this fabric on the outside. I just was in a hurry to see what it looked like, though. Let me start here. Maybe that'll be easier. I got to pull it to me. There we go. Okay, that is a little bit easier. All right, so I have some good scraps. So here's the outside cover. And we definitely went with traditional red and green, didn't we? And then let's see if we like this on here, or if we want to put washi. And I think that we might as well use this since we have it. Why not, right? There we go. Oh, okay. I still have plenty of, it was a long enough piece of fabric that I still have another length. I could do another book. That one isn't quite as long as the outside cover, but that's okay. All right. So I'm going to use, I can see this bottom sticking out, so I can use those guidelines to see where to put my glue. And then we're going to be done with this section of the video, or this section of the journal. And then I'll have to come back because we are very much out of time, because I talked and thought too long in this video. But, you know, those were important decisions, right? And I didn't want to make them alone. I wanted to make the decisions with you. Or I wanted you to help me with the decisions. Of course, I didn't exactly let you help me now, did I? But I felt you know, moral support, right? I felt your presence. I don't know. So how many of you, if I had taken a poll, how many of you would have picked the other? The blues and pinks and the non-traditional. Well, let's say traditional, non-traditional. Who would have voted for me to pick the other, with the other fabric? This candy fabric, or what? I keep calling it candy because it's just little, what, pinwheels, or I don't know, what do you call those things? They're circles. They look like little peppermints to me. So I keep thinking they're little Christmas candies. But how many of you would have picked that versus this? But I'm happy with it. Now I just need to finish my Santa numbers and days of the week. Oh, that was the other thing I was telling you on Etsy. I could find numbers, but you can't find days of the week. So anyway, oh, we need Santa. So I'm going to put him on real quick. And then we'll have the cover done-ish. You know what? We're using our glitter glue, because this is cardstock. And I can get right around the edges. Oops, I can run off the edge too, apparently. I've had too much hot cocoa tonight. Okay. Put that up so it can dry. And then I want this. Oh, I didn't put, oh man. Okay. Do I want red? Well, I'm not going to be able to pull him back up. So he's just going to have to stay there. I was debating on whether or not I wanted it on. I can still do it. I kind of want it on the outside. Let me show you what else I have that I thought about putting. down the edge because it just looks like, I don't know. I don't necessarily like it though. I liked it in theory, maybe not necessarily in real life. But I'm thinking I want these on the edges. I like that. But then what do I put here? I have green. That is not the right green. I do have a darker green. I don't know. Now you can tell me that part. You can vote on that part. Do you want the pom-poms on the edge? And then if so, because that is really cute. I don't know, will that get in my way? Maybe not. If so, then what do I put here? I have ribbon. I have other kinds of ribbon I could put there. Let me see what options we have. Although that looks really stinking cute. And I think I would go with the red over the green. I have all my ribbons right here. Because I had it out when we were playing with the, I have this, stick myself with the stick pin. Nope. Plaid, let's look at the gingham. The gingham's not bad. I have a redder gingham. This is kind of a burgundy gingham. I have green seam binding. I have green lace too, but I don't think, no. No. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Put that there, the green seam binding, and then put the red pom-poms on the outside. It doesn't cover up too much of Santa. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I have, this is kind of, no, I don't want two pom-poms. Oh, hold on. But wait. I have green rick-rack. Green rick-rack. You can never go wrong with rick-rack. The seam binding was cute, but I think the rick-rack wins. Okay, so let's do the rick-rack. Let's just go ahead and make that decision. And then, because isn't that cute? You gotta have rick-rack at Christmas. Oh, I can't believe I almost forgot about rick-rack. Wow. And we have a choo-choo train. Okay. And then, come on. Come on. Don't be bashful. There we go. Ta-da. That was easy enough. Yes, I like that a lot. The seam binding was cute, but I definitely like the rick-rack. I like this too, and I will use it in the journal, but I think having the red pom-pom on the edges is going to be plenty. And then I need to see if I'm going to put it on the back. See if we can get this on here relatively straight. I always do that. I pull it so tight it stretches them out so far. And then they're like too far apart. Oh, I wish I could get this one on there. But unless I really bunch it up, I don't know if it's going to. I don't want it bunched up, but I want that pom-pom on top. Come on, you can get on there. Come on. Okay. Well, I'm going to play with it and see if I can coerce it on there. Well, I have unstuck all the glue now. This end is moving. This end is not. This end is already on there. Because what I was going to try to do is pull it down. Oh, it is letting me do it. What do you know? Oh, I'm shaking you. Woo! Shake you all about. Do the hokey pokey. Okay. We have pom-poms. Now, do I want them on the back? I do not know the answer to that, to be honest with you. Okay, well, we look like we were drunk driving when we were doing the pom-pom ribbon. I gotta remember. I used to not have to worry about shaking the table. I explained that in the last video, so I'm not going to go into that again. But I used to not have to worry about that. So, I think I do want it on the... I don't know. Do y'all... I'm going to let y'all make that decision. Because I don't know. I have never put pom-pom ribbon on the back. I don't usually decorate the back like that. But I could certainly do that. And then... I'm not going to do it on this video, but... anyway, I think that's cute. It's going to be fun. Okay, I'm happy with this. Yep, I'm happy with that decision. Do I do the Rick Rack and the pom-pom ribbon on the back, or do I just leave it on the front? Just with the front. And then this I can find, maybe I'll draw up a December that will fit in that space. Need to measure how big that space is, 4.5 inches. So, I can draw up something to put there. Or I'm sure I could find some letters or something. But anyway, okay, well, I appreciate y'all hanging in there with me on that. I know that was, we'll have to finish and pick out the papers and bind it in the next video. But I wanted to get this one done and out there and maybe posted today if I can get it uploaded in time. And I am glad that you're here. I'm grateful that you're here. I hope that you all had a very good and safe Thanksgiving if you celebrate Thanksgiving. I know we did. It was fun. And it's always fun to be with family. And, you know, or sometimes it's okay just to run off by yourself, you know, and that's what we did. So, my daughter wasn't here or anything like that. She's out in California, so... but I got to be with my family and his parents, so that is, we always enjoy that. But, alright, onward and forward in December, and now I'm looking forward to it. I feel better about it. I have been stressing over this journal all day long. Oh, and the green nail polish, if you're wondering, I've never done green nail polish in my life. We're going to a gala tomorrow night. So, my shirt is a sparkly green. My husband's wearing a black suit. It's a fancy occasion. And we don't do fancy very often, so we had to go buy clothes for fancy. But I got a green sparkly top, and so I thought, I debated on red, but I had green sparkly option. So I chose the green sparkly to match my top. So anyway... All right, well, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day or evening or whatever when this posts or whenever you watch it. And we will finish this journal in the next video. Y'all have a great day. Bye.